Long before grit was a quality they taught in schools and the subject of New York Times bestsellers, Roger Hertog simply had it. Born in 1941 to German Jewish refugees, he grew up in the Bronx and attended public schools. His first job, when he was 10 years old, was delivering meat for a butcher shop. He put himself through City College, attending classes at night while sorting mail in the basement of a financial company by day. After joining the investment firm Oppenheimer & Company, he met a star producer there, Sanford, or as we know him, Zalman C. Bernstein. Roger soon joined him as a founding partner at Sanford C. Bernstein & Company and played a central role in its meteoric rise to one of the world's leading asset management companies. He served as its president until 2000, a year after Zalman's untimely death, when it merged with Alliance Capital Management. Roger then went on to become vice chairman of Alliance Bernstein. As he achieved greater and greater success in the world of finance, and while raising 3 children with his wife and partner, Susan, Roger threw himself with equal energy and purpose into learning the ropes of philanthropy. Combining passion with humility and big, bold objectives with an appreciation of every small step required to meet them, Roger developed a vision for giving of which his community, his country, and his people are the fortunate beneficiaries. In his philanthropy, Roger has long demonstrated a virtue no less integral to his success than grit: patience. He has the rare ability to take the long view, to invest with the understanding that the payoff may come only years or even decades later. Just as he focused at Bernstein & Company on value investing aimed at the long term, so too in philanthropy did he invest in ideas, big ideas, civilization-shaping ideas. Instead of supporting museums, hospitals, or symphony halls, as conventional philanthropists do, Roger backed small, upstart, pioneering institutions devoted to developing and spreading those ideas through publishing, research, and teaching. This explains why he chaired the boards of the Manhattan Institute for Policy Research and the New York Historical Society, and why he became a trustee of the American Enterprise Institute, the Washington Institute for Near East Policy, Commentary Magazine, and the New York Public Library. In recognition of these and many other activities dedicated to developing new ideas and appreciating the relevance of those that had survived the test of time, Roger was awarded a National Humanities Medal in 2007 at a White House ceremony. A decade ago, Roger made the bold decision to leave the world of business, but not for a life of leisure. Rather, he chose to devote himself entirely to philanthropy. Since then, he has invested his efforts in the building of 2 exceptional institutions. The Hertog Foundation has taken his philosophy of investing in big ideas to the next level, training a new generation of thought leaders in America. The same principles have driven the extraordinary work of the Tikvah Fund, which was created and given its capital by Zalman Bernstein, and which Roger has led since 1999. Tikvah, if its far-reaching and relentlessly ambitious educational initiatives, fellowships, and publications can be described in a single sentence, is about educating young people in the ancient yet timeless ideas of both Western civilization and the Jewish tradition in order to advance Jewish excellence and flourishing. It is no surprise, then, that Shalem College is a dream realized in large part through Tikvah's support and with Roger's guidance. Over the past 18 years, he has spent countless hours helping to achieve Zalman's audacious goal: establishing an academically superb, proudly Zionist, ideas-driven institution of higher education in and for the Jewish state. As the leader of the Shalem Center's board for nearly a decade, as Tikvah's chairman throughout this period, and as an advisor, supporter, loving critic, and constant source of encouragement and wisdom, Roger has been, quite simply, peerless. Roger, let me try that again. Roger, you have been for me an extraordinary teacher, mentor, partner, and friend. More than anyone else, you have challenged me to dream big and then bigger, to think strategically, and to strive to build an enduring institution together with colleagues who meet the highest standards of excellence and integrity. It is only fitting that you should be here, on this stage, at this historic moment, as a candidate for an honorary degree at the commencement exercises of the founding class of Shalem College. In recognition of your strength of character and vision, your commitment to ideas and ideals, and your dedication to both tradition and to the future, it is my distinct privilege, on behalf of Shalem College, to cause to be placed upon your shoulders this medal of honor and distinction.
Quite an introduction. President Isaiah Gaffney, President Emeritus Martin Kramer, Chairman of the International Board of Governors David Messer, Chairman of the Board of Governors of the Executive Committee Yair Shamir, members of the Board of Trustees, fellow honoree Chaim Guri, and distinguished faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to be here today for many reasons. Among those, 3 stand out for me personally. For one thing, and probably most important and most obvious, it is you, the 41 members of the class of 2017, who we will be celebrating today, that make up the first graduating class of Shalem College. Congratulations. This is significant in its own right, and it's no less significant for what it symbolizes. Shalem College is the first 4-year humanities college ever established in the state of Israel. The second reason, as chairman of the Tikvah Fund, as Dan mentioned, I have the additional honor of representing my business partner, Zalman Chaim Bernstein of blessed memory. I worked with Zalman, if you can believe it, for more than 3 decades before he passed away tragically early, 18 years ago. Finally, tying the first 2 together, 3 men were present at the creation when the vision of Shalem College was first conceived. Dan Polisar, Yoram Hazoni, both about 30 years old, shared their ideas and dreams with Zalman Bernstein, who was more than twice their age. Together, this inspired trio ignited the spark that in the fullness of time has brought the bright beacon of light and learning to the land of Israel. Someone once said that genius is intensity. Each of these 3 men were blessed with this trait. All 3 were committed to big ideas, important accomplishments, and crucially, a lesson for all of us: the willingness to take risks and not succumb to the fear of failure. 3 words capture this quality of intensity: never give up. They didn't. I hope you won't. What they sought to rectify was a state of academic affairs in Israel. There was no college, if you can believe it, and you probably do, exclusively focused on the liberal arts, history, philosophy, religion, literature, art, music. Some may ask, why are the liberal arts so important? What is their real consequence? Well, these are the intellectual disciplines, the building blocks, that introduce the best young minds to the greatest accomplishments of their civilization, and in the process, and I'd say most importantly, prepare them for critical thinking, how to make and defend arguments, how to grapple with and be open to points of view that are different from your own, how to see and interpret the present in the light of the past. Whether your path leads then to business, law, politics, education, public service, government service, religion, or any other vocation, a wise man once quipped, trying to plan for the future without a sense of the past is like trying to plant cut flowers and expecting them to bloom. The ultimate challenge of any institution, or for that matter, any individual, is to bridge the gap between where it is and where it hopes to arrive. To travel that road requires, above all, two key ingredients: character and courage. Character, because the decisions along the way are at best difficult and will predictably require great personal sacrifice. Courage, because the road is always filled with missteps and doubts. Zalman Bernstein thought a great deal about the future, and he understood that we Jews are living in a golden age of history, but also an age filled with its own moral and political crises. Facing these challenges requires a new generation of leaders who are in significant part formed, educated by the study of great Jewish and Western traditions that have enriched our civilization for thousands of years. The sad fact, maybe even the tragic fact, is that too few of the great universities of Israel and the United States are committed to teaching future generations the wisdom that originated with and was carried forward by the Jewish people. That's why Zalman, Dan, and Yoram all believed in a college like Shalem, and that it was essential to the future of all the people of Israel. But this challenge, as you might expect, didn't come easy. It took many years to reach fruition. That is why at this historic moment, it is critical to recognize that one man, through the pure force and power of his unparalleled energy, his indefatigable optimism, his intellectual leadership, the great support of his wife Jocelyn and children, and his deep faith in God, willed this day to happen. Please join me in recognizing and congratulating Daniel Polisar. Dan, please rise. Okay, you're gonna give him a swell head. Don't go overboard now. Let me end by quoting from a moving essay that I read many, many years ago, titled The Menorah. It was written 120 years ago by Theodor Herzl and published 4 months after the First Zionist Congress in 1897. In this essay, the founder of modern political Zionism compares his role in history with that of the Shamash on the Hanukkah menorah. His purpose in life was to light up and awaken the Jewish people. Let me read a couple of the words from this essay, and these are Herzl's words. There came the 8th day on which the entire row of lights was kindled, including the faithful 9th candle, the Shamash, which otherwise serves only to light the others. The event became a parable of the enkindling of a whole nation. First one candle, and it is still dark, and a solitary light looks gloomy. Then it finds a companion, then another, and yet another. And when all the candles are lit, all wondered and delighted at the project. And no mission brings a man greater happiness than serving as the Shamash for the light. End of quote. As I look at this audience, I'm only saddened, and as I watch you guys march in, I was really misty-eyed that my friend Zalman was unable to experience the sight of our beautiful graduates and their proud families. I see the light that Herzl first kindled in the mind's eye of us all. And I'm optimistic now that you, in turn, will be the Shamash for your friends, for your family, for future graduates of Shalem College, and through your leadership, God willing, for the future of the State of Israel. This is my hope. I'm sure this is all of our hope and prayers for you on this historic day. God bless you, and congratulations.